it's not because I'm now an octogenarian and a grumpy old fart that I don't like political correctness. I've hated political correctness all my life. Things these trivial little things that offend people. Like, for example, when they changed a manhole cover to a personhole cover. I mean, how absolutely ridiculous is that? Then you've got a chairperson, instead of a chairman. Now, that's got nothing to do with gender. It's chair and manus, the hand. It's from the Latin. It's got nothing to do with gender whatsoever. And the worst of all, when you go into a restaurant and you find out that you're being served by a waitron, not a waitress or a waiter, but a waitron. What were they thinking? Did waitresses really get offended by being called, the feminine of waiter? Did waiters get offended because of some reason or other? I'm damn sure that waiters and waitresses couldn't care two hoots about it, but these big restaurants decided that they would be political correct and not offend any of their finicky customers by calling them waitron. I mean, that is petty political correctness. And, it promotes victimization, it discourages free speech, and, it just sort of negates political debate. People don't want to get into a political debate. And also, the worst of all, these petty political correctness has got absolutely no sense of humour whatsoever. You can't be funny without really offending somebody. And really, it's got ridiculous. And with the best one in the world, I think that the British are they're the worst when it comes to political correctness. I know there was a story I read, and this is absolutely true, where people, in terms of their health and safety, which is really goes beyond the pale sometimes, about these people that had farms, at strawberry farms, where just the ordinary passers-by could come in, they buy a little basket and they can wander around picking strawberries and what have you. Now they've been told that they actually, in certain places in the UK, have got to have a little railing so that people, when they bend down to pick up the strawberries, have got something to hold on to. Even worse, the police in Kent actually put a ban on homeowners having in their little shed at the back where they keep their lawnmowers and what have you. They actually put a ban on having that glass windows that has got the sort of wire in it, like chicken wire embedded into it and what have you. And they said no, that was banned because if anybody should break in, if a criminal should break into your little shed, they could do themselves terrible injury on that wire thing. It is just absolutely unbelievable. All this political correctness, this falling over backwards in terms of ridiculous health and safety things and like that. And really, I just find it incredible that people get offended by everything. And it's to the point where you can't say anything. Well, there are people that do, like me. I'll say what I like. If people get offended by it, well, tough shit you're getting offended by it. I really couldn't care less whether you're offended by it or not. Obviously, there are things that you've got to keep away from, like racism and sexism, but that's not political correctness. That's the truth. And, political correctness is this trivial stuff. I'm quite sure that you have many of them. And after you've clicked on subscribe, please let me know in comments what your little irritations are when it comes to political correctness. There you are. I've had a rant. Now I can go and sit down and have a beer and try and calm down.